Alrighty. Hey guys, so welcome to our team call. Super pumped to have our amazing guest speaker tonight. She's got a lot of awesome stuff to share with you. I saw a lot of you were super excited when I made that post on the team page, so it should be a very awesome call. I did want to start with some announcements and then some recognition because you guys crushed it last month and you deserve to be recognized for all of your hard work, and then I'm going to go into our call. So the first things first, we have Summit in, 7 days or so? It's like about a week. Yeah, 7 days. Thanks, Christy, for the fingers. So yeah, we're in about a week. We're going to be in New Orleans with the team, and I'm super pumped to meet so many of you. I haven't even met everybody yet on our team, and we're just going to have an amazing time celebrating our success as a whole. And it's just going to be amazing. And I'm just super excited about it. Summit is my favorite thing ever. I've been to 2 summits so far, and each year it gets better because each year there's more friends to join. So I'm excited for all the people that will be there. Those of you who will not be there, get your butt there next year. Work your butt off this year to make sure that you're there next year because you don't want to miss it. It's one of those things like you can't really afford to miss because after Summit, your income will increase. Your team will grow because people see you like partying it up in New Orleans and like, whoa, what is that? I want to do that too. So definitely those of you who are going, make sure that when you're there, you are posting a lot. You're showing people all this fun stuff that's going on. And yeah, Christy just mentioned the tickets go on sale for next year, this year. So at Summit, they're going to release early bird tickets. They're going to be cheaper. They're non-transferable. But if you are in it for the long haul and you are going to be here next year, which all of you should be, you can order your ticket ahead of time. You don't have to pay as much, and you will automatically have your spot for next year. So if you want to do that, definitely look into that. Also, the deadline for the Diamond Retreat is in a couple of hours. So if you have not hit Diamond yet, then you have about 3 hours to make it happen, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be having our retreat in October, and the deadline is the 5th. So yeah, work on that. And then also the Shift Shop launches in 7 days. Definitely be talking about it. You can share my before and after photo. You can share any of the ones that are in that Google Drive that we have as well. Those are coaches who gave permission to share their photos. I wouldn't tag them in it though, because then their entire wall is just going to be like their photo over and over and over. So if you do use it, you don't have to tag me unless you want to, but I'd prefer if you didn't tag me in it. And then also, yeah, just start talking about it. If you did the preview, if you took a video of it, make sure that you posted it. If you downloaded it, which I hope you did because then you still have it on your phone or your tablet, you can do it again. Just keep talking about it all week until the launch. Maybe you want to do like a countdown, 7 days, 6 days, 5 days, whatever. Get people excited about it. And then the Beachbody Cup registration. There's a lot of things happening on the 13th. We've got Summit, we've got Shift Shop, we've got Team Cup. So if you have no idea what Team Cup is, check the team page. But basically, it's a mini competition that Beachbody holds every couple of months where you team up with a couple teammates and you work your butt off to help as many people as you can. And it's just really great for massive growth with your business. If you want a perfect example, reach out to Lauren Avon. It's her first month as a coach. I always use her as an example, but she was on my team first month as a coach. She hit Emerald, she hit Success Club 10, and she has grown her business since. She's never missed a month of Success Club. So it's definitely a great idea if you want your business to grow, to get on a Team Cup team, start asking around if people need a team. You can make a post on the team page and see who still needs a team, but definitely make sure that you're on one, and that registration starts on the 13th. Whew, okay, there's a lot of announcements. I'm sorry. So now really quick, I want to do your recognition because you guys knocked it out of the park last month, which I'm super excited about. We should be climbing the ladder a lot. We'll find out next Friday. But this is where we ended up last month. So I'm going to start with, first of all, I'm really pumped that we hit that 200 mark as a team. So as a team, we have 208 Success Club points, which is incredible. And that means that we helped 104 people together as a team, which is really awesome if you think about it that way. Like, we're all in this together. It's not a one-person show. Everyone's efforts count, and every single name up on that board made an impact in somebody's life last month. So that's awesome. I'm going to start with the life changers. We have with 2 points or 1 life changed. I already see a couple like errors in here just because I've just made this. So I was making it before the call. But we have Kinsey Libby, Caroline Kimsey, Jennifer Bokowski, Lauren Zelnick, Catherine Rich, Salvatore Jones, Nicole Rodriguez, Sarah Jennings, Amelia Clausen, Brittany Long, all with 2. Then we have with 4 points, I really messed this up, Jennifer Hansen, Emily Taranzis, Hillary Coltrane, and Cody Clark. With 6 points, we have Alicia Hendelson. It's her first month as a coach. Congratulations. Katie Petrillo, that's her 2nd month in a row. 1 more month until you get your free ticket to Summit next year. Then we have Christy Kako, Becca Kelly, also her first month last month, so awesome job. Amanda Cullen, this was her 2nd month in a row, so she's got 1 more month until she earns her free ticket. Alexandra Russell, Diana Francis with 8, Amber Salmon with 8. Then we have Katie Lawver with 10, Chelsea Treachler with 10, Carissa Van Dever with 10, who was also her first month, and she also ranked Advanced to Emerald, so kudos to you. Lauren Avon with 10, Natalie Balsamo with 12, who was also her first month, and she also ranked Advanced to Emerald in her first month, so congrats. And she also has Success Club this month already, so she is on a roll. And then we have Brittany Swanson with 16, Emmy Schneider Green with 18 as our top life changer of the month, and then we have myself with 28. So congratulations to everyone who changed a life last month. It's amazing what we're doing together as a team. And then I also wanted to recognize the top recruiters from last month. So with 1 new coach, we have Sarah Jennings, Salvatore Jones, Lauren Zelnick, Lauren Avon, Christy Kako, Kinsey Libby, Jennifer Hansen, James Bronkowski, Diana Francis, Hillary Coltrane, Amelia Clausen, Becca Kelly, Amanda Cullen. And then with 2, we have Cody Clark, Brittany Swanson, Alexandra Russell. With 3, we have Tara Rudder, Natalie Balsamo, Katie Petrillo, Alicia Hendelson, Amber Salmon. With 4, we have Katie Lawver, Carissa Van Dever. With 5, sorry, you guys are in the way. Emmy Schneider Green. And then with myself with 7. So what an awesome month we had. I'm so proud of everyone. I guarantee that we are closer and closer to that top 50 spot without a doubt. So we are making big climbs. I don't know what I'm trying to say. We're doing really well. So with that, I'm going to get out of this little screen here, and I'm going to introduce our guest speaker. So tonight, sorry, my dog is gnawing on his toy. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's pretty loud. We have our guest speaker, Danielle Whitford, and she is a mom of 2, and she's married to her high school sweetheart, which I think is so cool. She's been a coach officially as of January 2014, but she has been a full-time coach since February of 2015. She's a Success Club legend. She's hit Success Club 40 consecutive months in a row, which is incredible. That's just amazing that she's always helping people every single month. That's what we do as coaches, so definitely you all should strive for that. We also have, she's a 2017 top 200 elite coach, and she was premiered the year prior. She's a 6-star diamond, founder of Dedication Nation. I like that name, that's cute. And she is also a market council member. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Danielle. We had a chance to kind of connect through the Shift Shop test group, so I'm sure she'll have some things to share about that in her call. And she's going to be talking about overcoming the quitter failure mindset and owning the CEO position of your business, which I cannot wait to hear everything you have to share. So if you're ready to go, it's all yours, and take it away.
Awesome. Thanks for that introduction. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, good. Cool. All right. So a couple disclaimers before I start. One being that I am a raging hot mess. If I lose my train of thought mid-sentence, it's not you guys. It's totally me. I'm also home alone with my 2 kids who are downstairs totally getting screen time. So I may or may not get interrupted, and I apologize for that ahead of time. And finally, I swear like a sailor. So I'm trying really hard not to do that. But if I swear, you have little children around, like, I'm really sorry. You can send me their therapy bills. Okay, so I want to ask you guys a question. How How many of you have quit something before? Like something that maybe you shouldn't have quit, something that maybe you didn't really give it your whole heart, your whole effort. You just kind of gave up on yourself. Anybody, you want to raise your hands? Anybody? Everybody? Yeah, probably. Okay. Well, I am what I like to call a reformed quitter. I was the queen of quitting prior to Beachbody. And it really is something that stopped with Beachbody. So I'm just going to start and tell you my story a little bit. My story starts a long time ago. I do not have any health and fitness background. None. Like, I was not an athlete. I was not, like, running would like make me sweat before I started kind of thing in gym class. You know, like, that was not my jam. My family is very German Dutch. Like, we're all about like red meat, white potatoes, and like canned vegetables. Like, that was like the classic dinner in my family for my entire childhood. So as much as my parents showered me with love and affection, they did not so much teach me the healthy habits that we try to instill in our kids nowadays. So I kind of dealt with it. Like, I mean, I was always super insecure. I really lacked self-esteem. But I never really wanted to do anything about it. Like, it was never worth it to me to make a change in my life. I did this thing where I would make deals with myself. So I would say, you know, okay, well, once I hit 200 pounds, then I'll do something about it. And then that came and went. And I was like, okay, well, once I have to wear plus size clothing, then I'll do something about it. And then that came and went. So I just kept making these empty promises to myself. And it wasn't until I had my daughter in December of 2011 that I actually decided to change my life. It was seeing me on the hospital bed about to have her. And let me preface this by saying that I think pregnancy is beautiful. I think childbirth is beautiful. I think what the female body can go through and bounce back from is absolutely incredible. But what I was seeing in that picture had nothing to do with childbirth or being pregnant with my daughter. What I saw in that was 25 years of me not taking care of myself. Because up until that point, like those 2 years prior to having her, there's not like a single picture of me. Like, I would not be in front of a camera because I was so ashamed with how I looked. Like, I did not want to face the music on that. And I knew that if I stood in front of a camera, I'd have to see it. Well, this should have been a really joyful time in my life, and I should have been itching to be in pictures with my daughter, and I wanted nothing to do with that. So that was a sign to me that I needed to change. I needed to do something. So I waited the 6 weeks. I had C-sections with both my girls. I waited the 6 weeks, mandatory 6 weeks, and I actually went and I signed up with Weight Watchers. Because, you guys, I didn't know what else to do. Being someone who isn't educated in health and fitness, being someone who had not even a blooming clue where to start, I didn't know what else to do. So I went to Weight Watchers, and I also went to our only local gym and signed a 2-year contract. And let me give you guys a little heads up that when people say that our challenge packs are expensive, I was paying $45 a month for Weight Watchers. I was paying $67 a month for the gym membership. And I shelled out $300 a month for a personal trainer who I only worked with 3 times a week. That's a lot of freaking money, okay? I saw some results. I lost about 40 pounds, which is great, but then I plateaued really hard. Like, I plateaued for about 9 months. And I was about ready to give up, to be honest. Like, I was totally like at my wit's end, like, what do I do? And I started seeing a lot of posts kind of in my newsfeed from various Beachbody coaches, just posting kind of about the programs and Shakeology, and I got curious about it, so I decided to look into it. And then I became the customer that everyone hates, the customer that everyone dreads. My now coach sent me a message. You know, we talked back and forth. She was great. Sent me a link to sign up. And of course, I fell off the face of the planet. So much so, you guys, like, I was so embarrassed. Hi, baby. I was so embarrassed by this that I deleted her message. Guys, I don't delete anything. Like, I am like an email message hoarder. Like, I never archive. I never delete. Like, it gives me anxiety to delete it and never be there. And I deleted her message. I wanted it to go away that badly because I was embarrassed. Because I was embarrassed that I was saying no. I was embarrassed that I couldn't afford it. I was embarrassed for many reasons. Luckily, she didn't give up on me. about 4 months of this back and forth where I'd say I'd do it and I wouldn't do it, or I wouldn't even respond sometimes. And I finally did it because T25 came out. That was July of 2013. T25 came out and I was like, 25 minutes a day, like even I, as a busy mom, I can do that. So I decided to go all in with T25 and Shakeology. I even signed up as a coach. But I will tell you, when I signed up as a coach, I was a hobby coach. And I'm going to tell you the difference in my mindset, okay? So I signed up as a coach. I hit Success Club my first month. And then I didn't do anything. So no success after that. In terms of my health and fitness, I got off my plateau within a couple weeks of T25, and I hit my 50-pound loss mark with T25 and Shakeology. And I was over the moon, you guys. Like, I had spent 9 months of just stressing myself out, trying to figure out what the hell I was doing wrong, just to turn to this simple program, this simple superfood shake, and everything changed. Well, at the end of T25, I actually found out I was pregnant with this one, Valerie, who's standing right next to me. Turns 3 on Saturday. I want to talk about it. And I submitted my coach cancellation form the next day. Because in my mind at that time, I said, I'm still overweight. Like, no one's going to want to take advice from an overweight pregnant lady. Yeah, please don't, honey, okay? Gotta be quiet. No one's going to want to listen to me. Like, no one's going to want advice from me. No one's going to want to, hear what I have to say. So I submitted my coach cancellation form. My coach reached out to me and said, hey, what's going on? Because she's a wonderful person and cared. And I said, oh, hey, I'm actually, 5 weeks pregnant. So, I obviously can't do this. And she's like, congratulations. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. But I don't think you get this. She's like, I don't think you truly understand the power of your story and the power of this opportunity. And she's right. I didn't. But whatever she said in that moment convinced me to withdraw my cancellation form. Thank Jesus. And I did. But then I became the coach that just kind of hangs out. Like, I hung out on the team page. I kind of lurked. I was like creeping on everybody, like stalking all their profile pages and stuff. But I didn't say anything. I didn't like anything. I didn't do anything. Okay, so now the career side of all this. I'd kind of gotten my health and fitness back on track. To tell you how I kind of came into coaching is a little different. Before Lily, my oldest, was born, I swore, guys, I was 9 months, huge whale-sized pregnant. 9 months pregnant, and I said, I will never want to be a stay-at-home mom. Never. The words came out of my mouth. I will never want to do that. So if you don't have kids yet, let me just tell you, if you think you have your shit figured out, you probably don't. Like, there will be something that they will turn upside down for you, and that's just part of the roller coaster of having kids. And for me, it's a remote, honey. Can you go play, please? You can take it and play. And for me, it was the second that baby came into the world, I knew that I made the entirely wrong decision. And it really was a decision because I had gone to school for many years. I was in my last semester of getting my MBA when she was born. So I had 6 figures in student debt. I was the big breadwinner in our family. Like, my husband is an incredible hard worker, but just didn't earn the kind of income that I had built over time. So me quitting my job after Lily was born was just not an option. Like, there wasn't even a possibility of it, with the exception of winning the lottery, which I don't play. So basically there was no option. So I just any of you that have been in that situation where you just feel like there's no other option, you just kind of go with it, right? So I felt like there was this, speak of the devil, this is Lily. There was a monkey on my back, basically. Every day I woke up to go to work, I was miserable. I didn't want to go. It also filtered into my health and fitness. I didn't want to go to the gym because I wanted to come home and be with her after being gone for 10 hours a day. I didn't want to go and spend my time at the gym. So yeah, it was a pretty miserable existence for me for a while. When I found coaching, it should have been the solution. Like, okay, girls, that's enough, please. Valerie, please stop. See, this is what I'm talking about. So it should have been the solution, right? Like, that would be the easy thing, is like, someone introduced me to this opportunity. I'm in love with the products. Obviously, this is what I should do. But I didn't believe in it, you guys. I didn't believe that I could do it. I didn't believe that it would do anything substantial for my life. I believed it did it for my upline. I totally saw it for her. I didn't doubt what I was seeing. It wasn't like I thought she was lying to me. I just didn't see it for myself. So like I said, I put it on the back burner. I was like, obviously it's not for me. I love the products. I'll keep the discount. It's cool. All right, so that all happened. Got pregnant. Halloween, November 1st, canceled, withdrew cancellation form. Fast forward 2 months to January of 2014. I live in Wisconsin. It gets pretty cold here, like negative 30 degrees with the wind chill sometimes. And schools were closed. And my daughter's daycare was tied to the school district. So her daycare was going to be closed. So I talked to my boss and said, you know, her daycare's closed tomorrow. I'm going to work from home tomorrow. I'm going to take my laptop and my cell phone. I was a metal buyer for a local automotive company. It's a pretty cush job, if I'm being honest. Like, had I never had kids, I probably would have worked that job forever because it was pretty easygoing and good money, good benefits. It was fine, right? Not what I was passionate about, but whatever. That's what people do, right? Everybody goes to work and hates it, right? That's just how life is. So I did it. That day I worked from home and I crushed it, you guys. Like, I was on top of everything. Nothing slipped through the cracks. My daughter played quietly next to me. We sat in front of the fireplace all day. It was what I like to call a unicorn day. Like, it's a day that just never happens, right? Like, how is this so wonderful? I mean, I remember thinking, why can't this be my life every day? Like, why can't I live this way? And I shook it off. You know, it's just kind of one of those fleeting moments you think is just a thought, it's a daydream, and you move on, right? Well, I went to work the next day, and I was slapped in the face by reality. I got called into my boss's office, and she reprimanded me for missing work. Even though I did my job, even though everything went perfectly, I got reprimanded for missing work. And it doesn't sound like a big deal. I know, like, it probably sounds like, oh, get over yourself. So you got reprimanded, so you got slapped on the wrist, whatever. But for me, that represented so much. Here I was, pregnant with my second, my daughter at home. I already hate coming to this place. And now you're going to yell at me for doing the right thing. And I remember going back to my office and just breaking down. I cried. I screamed at God. I mean, whatever you want to say. Like, I remember saying, like, why? Like, this can't be my life. Like, this has to get easier. I did everything right. I went to school. I took all that stupid debt. Like, I should be happy. Like, I should be living the dream, right? And I remember, like, just saying, God, give me a sign. Like, this can't be my life. Like, there has to be something else. Something has to give. But of course, the answer didn't come in that very moment. So I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, feeling defeated. What do we do when we're defeated? We go on Facebook and scroll mindlessly, right? So that's what I did. And I kid you not, you guys, like, God could not have been speaking any more clearly to me. Universe, whatever you guys want to say, if you don't believe in God, that's fine. But like, universe, the world, whatever, was putting it in my face. I went on my newsfeed, and I'm not even joking. Every single post, I mean, I scrolled for a while. Every single post was from a coach on our team. Every single one was my coach, coaches that signed up at the same time as me that were seeing success, other coaches who were just signing up. Like, all of these posts about how happy they are, how fulfilled they are, how they're chasing their dreams, and they're actually building a life they're proud of, a life that excites them. And in that moment, I knew it was staring me right in the face this whole time. Like, it's right there. I just had to make the decision. And so I sent a message to my coach, and I was like, I'm all in. I don't know what that means. I don't know what I have to do, but I'm going to do it. Like, let's do it. And I told her also that my goal, I don't know what this means either, but my goal is to be home with my kids in a year. So let's make that happen. And I missed it by about a week or two. I think I said I was all in on January 21st, and I've been home with them since February 9th of the following year. This opportunity has completely changed my life, you guys. Like, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not saying that to feed you a line. You guys are already here, so it's not like I'm trying to recruit you or something. Like, I'm telling you, this literally changed my entire future because I made the decision to go all in. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, I don't like to sugarcoat anything, so I'm just going to tell you, like, that year was really hard. It wasn't a piece of cake. It was easy in that I knew it was the right decision. Like, no matter what hurdle I faced, I knew that it was still the right path. it didn't make me question what I was doing. I was so focused on where I was going and what I wanted to accomplish that it didn't matter what I faced. It didn't matter that, I was going to have a baby in 6 months. It didn't matter that I was, going to not be sleeping for a while after that. It didn't matter that I was going to be going back to work. Like, none of that mattered because I was in. Like, that was all there was to it. Now, I shared earlier, I talked about quitting, right? How I was the queen of quitting. And I'm not even joking, you guys. Like, I was the queen of quitting. My husband actually pointed this out to me at my 1-year mark with Beachbody. He said, this is the job that I've held the longest. And it's true. Prior to Beachbody, I was the job jumper. That's what I like to call it. I would get a job, a good job, and I'd have these grand illusions, daydreaming illusions that, it was going to be the next best thing. It was going to be, they're going to be great people. They're going to be my best friends, and I'm going to love what I'm doing, and it's all going to go the way I want it to go. And then that would be the case for about 2 or 3 months. And then you'd hit your first snag, your first issue with a coworker, your first project that doesn't go your way or whatever. And I would start looking for a new job, and I'd have a new job by month 9. That was literally my cycle for like 5 years. So that's a lot of jobs, right? Beachbody, I've been Beachbody for 3.5 years. So it's not a coincidence when I say that I was a quitter before Beachbody and I am not anymore. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay. See, I told you, like squirrel, see? All right. So how did I change that mindset? Like, how did I go from being the girl who quits everything to the girl who sticks around for 3.5 years and has no intention of going anywhere? All right. There are 4 reasons why I believe I succeeded in this and I didn't prior to this point. And the first one being vision. I had a really crystal clear vision. And let me tell you guys, before I even list these 4 things, these are not going to be rocket science. This is not like I doubt you're going to have this like, moment where the skies open up and it's like, and it just all hits you. This is stuff that you've probably heard many times before. But I'm here to remind you that that's what you need, okay? It's the stuff, it's the easy stuff. It's the stuff that's going to make the difference. So vision. I had a crystal clear vision on what I wanted my life to be like. I knew that I wanted to be home with my kids. I knew that I wanted to take them to school every day. I knew that when they were sick, I wanted to be there without the guilt of missing work or using a precious vacation day. I knew that if my family wanted to take vacation, I didn't want to be the one to say, we can't go because I don't have enough vacation days. I wanted to make that happen. And, it being my kids, it was really easy because in that, when I would put them to bed at night and I was exhausted, I remember this one night I was laying with Lily. I had to be like 8 months pregnant. I mean, miserably pregnant, like horrible pregnant. And I remember laying in bed with her and all I wanted to do was go to bed. Because I had worked all day. Right. Yes, it looks great, baby. I had worked all day. I was horribly tired. I was sore. I was probably sick, feeling a little bit. And all I wanted to do was go to bed. I just want to pass out with her and just call it a day. But instead, I peeled my butt out of bed and I worked for 2 hours. Because I knew that decision, that specific decision, where I could go to bed and get more sleep, or I could get up and bust my ass for 2 hours. I knew that this option would get me closer to my end goal. Sleep? I'll sleep when I'm dead, whatever. Like, don't get me wrong, I like sleep as much as the next person, but like, let's be honest, is sleep gonna get you closer to your goal? No, right? So that was an easy decision to make, right? It's right in front of me. And maybe if your goal or your vision isn't as tangible or as visibly apparent to you, then it's a little harder. But that's why you have to dial into that. That's why a vision board is so helpful. That's why constant personal development and looking into what you want for your life and what fulfills you and what makes you happy, finding those things is so important. Now, for me, it was easy because I knew what I wanted. Now, Carolyn mentioned that I'm married to my high school sweetheart, who I adore. I love that man so much. We've been together for over 15 years, and I swear I love him more now than I did then, as corny and stupid and cliche as that sounds. But he and I are very different. He is very much, if he's comfortable, he doesn't really make a change. Doesn't mean he's happy, but if he's comfortable, he's good. He took a lot more work to get to open up to the idea of envisioning a perfect life and envisioning what our dream life looks like and what it would take to get there. So let me tell you, if he can come around to the idea of dreaming big, any of you guys can. Don't hold yourself back. Have a vision that lights your soul on fire. Something that makes you want to bound out of bed in the morning. And I am not a morning person in the least, but this business excites me to the point where I bound out of bed way more than I ever did in my entire life. You need to find that thing that lights you on fire, that sets you on fire, that just makes you want to go for it. The second thing is mindset. The reason I almost quit before was because I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe I could do it. I was scared. I let the fear overtake me, the fear of what people would think, the fear of failure. But the thing about fear of failure, you guys, if you haven't made this connection yet, is that it's a really silly fear to have, because if you never go for it because of that fear, you are guaranteeing your failure. Like, isn't that funny? Like, I made that connection once and I was like, how stupid is that? Yet it's such an easy fear to have, right? So your mindset has to be there. And that's why, again, personal development. If you haven't noticed, I'm kind of a personal development junkie. Like, it's kind of my jam. And if you aren't yet, you need to be one, because being an entrepreneur is hard. It is not an easy path, and that's why a lot of people don't do it. But in my opinion, choosing the hard path that is fulfilling and that makes you happy is totally worth it. Can you please stop? Thank you. I may have just put my hand over her mouth. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. All right, so mindset. You have to be laser focused. If you are doing all of the right actions and you're going, what the hell? Like, no one's saying yes. I'm not at Success Club. I'm not where I want to be rank-wise. Like, you're just like, I don't get it. I'm doing everything you tell me to do. If you are doing that and you can't figure out what the problem is, I would bet all of my money, all of my success, that it's your mindset, because that would be the only thing that would stop you. Because I've noticed that for myself. Like, I have scripts that I use. I mean, I don't use them all the time, and I like to change them up, but pretty much my scripts are pretty standard. Like, I have not changed a whole lot. But there are some months I see more success than other months. And guess what? It's all about my mindset. If I start doubting, if I start comparing myself to other people, if I start letting those self-doubt issues creep in, that's what stops me in the end. It's not my actions. It's not the work. It's what's going on up here. So your mindset has to be in the right place, you guys. You have to believe. You have to believe wholeheartedly. Faith is not something that you base on facts, okay? You believe and you go for it, and you know that it's going to happen. Reason number 3 why I didn't quit. I accepted the challenges. When I was a job jumper, I would hit a roadblock, I would hit a challenge, and I would leave. Because it wasn't easy anymore. Why should I keep doing it? Life shouldn't be hard. It should be easy, right? But when I came into this, when I went all in, I knew it was going to be hard. When I went all in on coaching, you guys, I was pregnant. I had a toddler at home, a toddler terrorist. I was married to my husband, who I love. I was working 45 plus hours a week, and we were buying a house and moving. It was the least convenient time for me to take on something else. The worst possible time for me to start a business. The worst. But I knew that. And I knew me waiting on it wasn't going to get me any closer to where I want to be. So I accepted that it was going to be challenging. I accepted I was going to be tired. I accepted that, there was going to be resistance, that there were going to be hurdles, that people were going to quit, that, that I would butt heads with some people, that maybe some people wouldn't like what I had to say. That just comes with the territory. I don't want to say you develop a thick skin, because I feel like that sounds bad, but it's kind of true. Like, you have to look at it like, yes, this sucks right now. This one thing that happened is a really shitty thing to have happen. But does that one thing outweigh all of the good? I will take 100 no's in a week if it gets me one yes. If it gets me one person who's willing to change their life. Makes it all worth it. I will take 10 coaches canceling on me and never talking to me again if I can find one person who's willing to take a chance on the opportunity. So you have to weigh those options. You have to weigh that. It's a simple, risk-benefit analysis, right? Like, it's, this is what I'm giving up. Is what I could possibly gain worth it? And if you say no, then I think you're not dreaming very big. Because really, the risk you face in this business, I hate to say it, but it's not like you're going to get cancer. Like, you're not getting cancer. You're not, losing a loved one. Like, this is a good business. We do good things as coaches, right? Our purpose is good. You're not ripping people off. You're not scamming people. Like, this is a genuinely good thing. So wait, you're saying I have to just get sort of uncomfortable by sharing all my business on Facebook? Okay. Like, is it really that bad? Wait, you're saying I have to talk to strangers who could quite possibly become my best friend? Okay. Like, I mean, really think about that. Like, if you break it down, it seems so silly that we stop ourselves, doesn't it? Okay, number 4, why I didn't quit. It's because I did the work. Because I owned my business. When I went all in with my upline, remember I said, I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know what that means, but I'm in. Meaning, whatever she told me to do, you better believe I damn well did it. So when she said, Success Club is a non-negotiable. Like, if you are serious about this business, you cannot miss Success Club. You heard Carolyn, I have not missed Success Club. I missed it by 1 point that first month, and I would like to attribute to the fact that I started 9 days left of the month, okay? Like, and I'm actually still really bitter about it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But after that point, Success Club all the way, because Success Club represents the number of lives you're changing. You have to impact people every single month for you to have a sustainable business. Give to others and you will receive too. That's the way it works in this business. So I owned it from the beginning. And here's a little newsflash for you. Your upline is amazing, but you don't need her. You don't. No offense, Carolyn, you're great, but they don't need you. Like, if you guys want to see success in this business, you can totally do that. Be the CEO. She does not have to be the person banging down your door telling you you're about to lose diamond. Or why aren't you at Success Club yet? Like, that is not her job. She is not your boss. You are your boss. Own your business. Take pride in your business. I never, not once did I lose diamond, ever. I've lost other ranks, I'm not gonna lie to you, but diamond, I never lost because I made the decision that when that happened, when I hit it, I would do everything in my power to make sure it stayed. And that meant, 1 second, honey. That meant if I had to work until midnight, every night that week to make sure I didn't lose diamond, I did it. Because it was important to me. I took pride in it. I owned it. That's what being a leader in this business is. That's what being a CEO is. Do you think a CEO of any company that you know of, Amazon or Target or any of the names that we love, the stores that we love, do you think that they, if they're facing a challenge with their company and it's 9 o'clock at night, do you think they go, I'll deal with it in the morning? Probably not. Or I'll get it back next week. I'll lose $1 million. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Whatever. Right? Like, that's not how a CEO thinks. So no, it might not impact your income directly. And no, it might not, be the end of the world if you lose diamond. But it's a mindset thing. Being a CEO is a mindset. And if you want to be a successful leader and lead a successful team of leaders, that is the mindset that you need to create for yourself. Okay? All in, when I said I was all in, it didn't mean that I wasn't going to sleep ever. It didn't mean that I was going to sacrifice all of my priorities. It meant that it's all in is a mindset. It meant that I was all in my mind, meaning I would do what it took to see success, that I would adjust accordingly. And now that I'm home with my kids, sometimes that means I do check out and I go to the zoo with them. But then guess what? The next day I'm saying, honey, you're home with the kids. I'm going to go and work. Because I own my business. Yes, I have freedom and luxuries that I would not have had without this business, but I work really hard for that. Okay, so you have to bust your ass to get to that point so that you can enjoy it. 1 second, please. Yes, it's very pretty. Thank you. Coloring me a picture, whatever. So it's all about mindset and owning your business. Okay, own the actions, own your mindset, and there's no doubt in my mind that you guys will see success. One of my favorite quotes, this is how I'll end it, is, how you choose to see your world is your reality. So how you choose to view your life or this business is what will be. So if you want a successful business, then you need to act and think like a successful business owner. Okay? Everybody with me? Yeah? Okay. Sorry, I talk forever. I probably should warn you guys about that too.
No, you're good. They're used to me. I'm usually an hour, so you're good.
I mean, I can keep talking if you want, but probably not.
No, you're good. Well, thank you so much for that. I did take some notes, and I wanted to point out I liked what you said about the CEO mindset, like how it's being a mindset. It's not like you just decide like, oh, I'm going to be a CEO today and tomorrow I'm not. It's like you're either all in or you're not. And it's so important too, like that mindset, like you were talking about the personal development and how like when you have coaches who are working their butt off and they're not seeing success, and then you ask them like, hey, you know, I've had that happen too. I'm like, all right, so you're doing everything. What are you doing for personal development? And they're like, nothing. I'm like, okay, not surprised. So what you're going to do, you're going to go listen to this podcast. You're going to go read this book. So it really does make a difference. And I'll be honest too, like if I ever like kind of fall off my PD game, I do a lot. I do like a little bit when I go for a walk with the dog, and I'll do a little daily devotional. But if I say, oh, I don't feel like reading today, like it does make a difference. So definitely you have to have that on lock in order to lock in success with your business. So I'm happy that you pointed that out. And I also like the weighing the options thing. That was a really cool way to kind of talk about that, because a lot of times we always just kind of look at like worst case scenario, but there really is none. So it doesn't make sense to not do this. I mean, you're already in here. You have all this support. You have all of your teammates. So there's really no reason why you shouldn't be doing it, because I mean, you're just kind of not helping yourself out at all. So I like how you put that, and I wanted to see if anyone had any questions or anything. I don't know if that's okay. Like if
totally.
Okay. So before we let you go, does anyone have any questions about anything whatsoever for Danielle? Let me check the chat. I don't see any in there. I had a question though. Do you have a personal development book that you recommend? Like, have you read anything lately that's been really good that you would recommend, or any podcast that you listen to that you enjoy?
Oh boy, that's good. Let me pull up my podcast because I'm obviously not going to remember the names offhand. I call it mom brain. It's 100% a thing. I'm not even going to lie. But my soulmate PD is You Are a Badass, and You Are a Badass at Making Money just came out, and that's really, really good too. I love Gary Vee. I really like Grant Cardone. Really spoke to me early this year. The 10X Rule is great, and the Be Obsessed or Be Average are two of my favorites. I also like Brene Brown. Really is a good way of putting things in perspective. I just read School of Greatness is great. I'm trying to think of what else. In terms of podcasts, the MF CEO Project is a new one that's really good.
What is it called?
It's the MF CEO. They swear a lot. I'm not going to lie to you. That's kind of my jam. I'm not going to lie. Charged Life with Brenda Burchard. Good Life Podcast. Motivation Mastermind. Entrepreneur on Fire is good. I also like just going on YouTube and doing like if I just need a burst of motivation, like something short, but something to get me fired up. You know, like sometimes you sit down to do your work and maybe your head's just not in the game. Maybe you already did your personal development, but you know, something shitty happened and it's just like got your mindset in the wrong place. Like for me, it's, you know, the kids are being crazy or something, you know, is happening there. Mm-hmm. And I will just go on YouTube and do Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher, is really great. Or just typing something, like if you just need like motivation, just type motivation. And you'll get some just really great motivational videos where what's being pictured to me isn't so motivating, but what you hear is just like a compilation of various motivational speakers. So like Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn and all those guys. So that's great just for like a burst, like if you just need something. But I'm a big believer in finding your soulmate PD. You know, we always talk about soulmate workouts, and I know you mentioned Shift Shop. Like I swear that's my soulmate. Like I love it. Did you guys all do the trial? Everybody do like the sneak peek? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so I believe in that for PD too, like finding that author or podcast or speaker who speaks to your soul. So for me, it's Jen Sincero. Like, You Are a Badass. Like I could literally just look up a quote. Like I could just type You Are a Badass quotes, read a few of them, and it will get my mind where it needs to be. Like she's like my spirit animal or something. I don't know. So I believe in that, like finding, like experimenting with your PD. And I was someone who like, I struggled with like the idea of picking up a book and not reading the whole thing. Like I have issues with like completion. Like I need to like read it to completion, right? I don't know. It's weird. And then I would just like give up on it altogether because if I couldn't finish that book, then I could not pick up a new book, you know, like, cause I quit on that one. I can't, whatever. But with PD, you have to learn to be okay with that. Like you have to learn to be half finished, because if it's not speaking to you, it's not doing what you need it to do. Like it needs to be speaking to you and helping you through whatever it is that you're working through, or at least building you up and giving you like good confidence and stuff, for it to be worth it. Because I look at it like, if you're reading personal development and it's not speaking to you, you're just going through the motions. Like you should always be able to end with a takeaway, or at least a better feeling about the world or about your day. Like there should be some kind of tangible something that comes from it. So yeah, I don't know if that answers your question.
No, I like that. I've caught myself a few times like reading a book and absolutely like dreading having to read it and like, all right, I just can't finish this one, and then you move on to a different one. So if that ever happens, you don't like have to finish the book if it's not speaking to you. And I've done that, and then I picked it up at a later time, and it was better. Like, not that anything in the book changed, but my mindset was different when I was reading it. So
totally,
it does have a lot to do with like where you are in your life when you're reading it. So very good. Thank you. I've got a lot of stuff I need to start checking out. The MFCEO sounds like my kind of thing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Sweet. Don't even have any.
Kind of asshole. I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of assholes, but I like it.
Okay. Gary Vee can kind of be an asshole too, but I like that. Go away, Copper. Any other questions or anything? Trying to like flip through everyone's faces and see. No, we look good.
If you guys think of something after the call, feel free to shoot me a message. I don't mind.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you for taking time out of your day to talk to us and be on the call. And I will be seeing you, I think we said August. It's like a while from now, but it'll be here before we know it. So we know how after Summit, like the year just ends in like seconds. I know, right? So hopefully I'll see you at Summit. We got to catch up somewhere. I'll see you maybe at the Shift Shop thing that we're doing. And yeah, thank you for being here. We appreciate
having me.
Anytime.
Thanks, guys.
See you later. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.